Let's go then. Hi, Moshi, yes. Welcome back to Great Attorney Chronicles. Starting up, Chapter 3, Adventure 3, Episode 3.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident,
I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude.
the beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together.
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives. This country is incredible.
Train spotted. Brian's Coco.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
That kid on the stairs gonna steal this.
This is the capital
Briefcase.
of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure.
Oh, no, just a whole cool little lad.
Visiting students from abroad, eh?
I'm sorry, little stair boy.
Thought so.
I misjudged you.
Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay. And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
Were those the... What's the Parisian tower called? God damn it. Is that the Eiffel Tower and the fucking Capitol building in the background? I assume it's some London equivalent. Oh, what were those doing there? What an incredible place! It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. Even the armor's got pop collars. Whoa! The armor's a pair of bros. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course. But they've only been built in the few short decades since we opened our borders for the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? Far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar. Fucking cogs up the background? Is this the clock tower in Fate? I don't know. I don't know about the fuck. I don't know why I'm referencing that. Oh, alas. It's certainly unfamiliar. I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. What is this place again? It's the Lord Chief Justice's office now, Horizon. In the Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice. That's why they call it Justice. It's just us. We had instructions to report here at this time, if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. Yeah, they fucking just yoinked him out of my story. My sweet boy. Some fucking Mortal Engines shit. Kazuma can't. No. So instead, we are here in a different capacity. As envoys, to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yes. Yes. Having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So we'd have to return to Japan. We want to remain here in Great Britain. I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer. This is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. The same way you knights. You just lawyer up a lawyer. You just pick someone off the street. You're a lawyer now. Second reason why we're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer. Oh yeah. It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London. Well, you'll just hang out. What are they gonna do? I hope I'm up to scratch. Ah, good morning. Sorry for keeping you. Oh. I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies. That's very late. Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do. How fortunate. So, introductions. I am Male Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. And I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Mr. Naruhodo. Don't be a mouse. Oh, it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Yunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Well, Miss Naruhodo. Welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Ah, yes, thank you. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Oh, help! I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh? We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say, I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water, and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Why are devs jerking off England so hard? If you're ever in central London and hungry, go to Lasagneria Italiana. Food slaps and isn't that expensive. I don't have plans to go to London, and if I do, I will have forgotten this. But I'll try and remember it. I'll remember that we have to go get lasagna. Boasting of England like that isn't very English, but it's Japanese devs. Why are they sucking off London so bad? Best city in the world. With big gears all over the place. Big steampunk city. Thanks for saving me there, Susanna-san. Everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. And vim. Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition we'll be hosting here in London. Great exhibition. Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. Even if you do say so yourself. The sun will never set in our great empire. Never ever, baby. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times, we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. Tate Catherine Tate? She seemed alright. No, it's probably some other Tate. It's a reasonably common surname there, I think. Yeah, don't judge them by their loudest idiot. They're not all like that. Andrew Tate. Any relation? I think you were expecting a student of law for this study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. Mr. Kazuma Azuki, if memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. That's amazing. The news reached him even before we arrived. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news? Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. They tell me you Japanese are a people of protocol and courtesy, and I see that it's true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you. The death of the young lawyer means this study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart. What do you have to say, madam? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo, this is it then, the moment of truth. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead. Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see their tour go ahead, but without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country, and that was Mr. Azuki. At least that is what I've been led to understand. Well, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man. Mr. Naruhodo, I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I gonna say? If there is someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, there's no one. There's no lawyers. It's only been 40 days since Kazuma died. And yes, I've studied as hard as I possibly could. But can I really stand before this terrifying man and claim that I can do the job? Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. Of course, only one lawyer. But I'm not sure if I can stand before this terrifying woman and claim that I can't. I'll end up upside down on the floor if I do that. Not that I'm scared of Sasata takedown, obviously. But still, perhaps I should change my answer. It's me. I can do it. Is that so? I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but... No qualifications, you say? And yet you still claim to be a lawyer? I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Kazuma to help me, and I was the accused. Glossing over the details. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was on board the SS Berea. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Azuki's journey had only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance, that's all I'm asking for. Please! 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodo, was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. Perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thanks! So, you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? But let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yes? You say you intend to do everything Mr. Usky planned to do? Are you firmly set on that path? Well, yes, that's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. Test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? So, what form will the test take exactly? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. So, let's have you defend someone. Huh? Hey, Kel! Welcome. Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an apt trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defense as yet, so this will be welcome news. Today? Straight away? If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. What could be simpler? Ugh. How do I get myself into these situations? Well, could I ask, what sort of trial is it, Lord Stronghart? Yes, good question. I remember. It's a murder trial. A moider? A moider? An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. That's easy to say. But I should mention, just in case, if the defendant is found guilty, he will, of course, be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death? Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably you read that much in your short C-based introduction to British law. We can't possibly agree to such a test. We would be toying with a man's life. I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that, can you? There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure you don't lose. So the defendant may live or die, depending on how well I perform in court. If I lose, he'll be hanged. Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asagi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. He's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be? What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? Yeah, let's do this test. Easy game. Alright then. Whoop. So I was paying attention. Alright then. If I have to give you a decision now, my answer is I can't do it. I can't get the words out. 15 seconds. Your decision making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. So it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over. Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance. Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry, Mr. Sato, but what could I do? It's alright, I understand. You do? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. But resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. What are you trying to say, madam? I think what Mr. Sato means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at trial so trivially. Hell the fuck no, wizards and sir. Be gone, bot. Trivially would be utterly unforgivable, and I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, a particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. Every time Lich kills a body raised in a skeleton army, I've got a whole army of skeleton robots. I don't actually, I'm not a Necron player. Sorry, Necrons. Chaos all the way. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Wait, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, was there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. What? At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. He will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. That's awful. Yeah, that sucks. What kind of justice system is that? That is the truth. Why does it have to be like this? Why does it have to be like this? Why does it have to be... Fuck me running. Why does it have to be like this? Please don't expect an answer to every question. Cold hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you! You! I'm really his only hope. So, what do you say now, madam? Me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. And I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve. Oh! Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves. He's gone. The Old Bailey. The old bottle of Bailey's. If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once. Alright, let's go. But first, let's have a look at this. Mr. Sato, can I just ask you something? Careful. From this position, I can perform a Sato takedown in an instant. I know. Mr. Naruhodo, you heard Lord Strongheart. The trial starts imminently. If I need to throw you, I will. You know, you could just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom. If you need to ask me anything, you'd better wait until we're at the Old Bailey. Really? Is there any... I don't think there's gonna be... Yeah, alright. We'll better go to the Old Bailey then. Better go get some Baileys. Get some schnapps. Look at his mustache. Much better than this guy. Where's your mustache, man? It's not very professional. Grab a mustache right now. Oh, thank goodness, we're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins. Never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose. Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. It's one of my favorite lines from the Herlock Sholmes stories, and it worked quite perfectly. I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege. Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started. Yes, I suppose there's that. Anyway, I don't understand it. Court clerk said the defendant should be here. But there's no sign of him at all. It's one of these two guys. So this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants to wait in is grand. Grand Prix? Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. An oppressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed. Yes, whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment. Top of the morning to you, madam. Sir. Just fell right into the accent. Didn't intend that. Oh, it's Willy Wonka. What are yous doing? Follow me here. Things are fair desperate, Heidi. Sorry? Would you look at those expressionless faces? From the east, are yous? We're from Japan, yes? Ah, Japan, is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do yous need? No, we're just here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all while in a strange, faraway land. Actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. Who in the dickens the fuck ye be? 'Tis grand, 'tis grand. Let me start by giving yous 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now. 1,000 guineas? Please, Mr. Sato, you don't have to shout. But 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo. What? 'Tis nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. Enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over. Could that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. Hit me in the eye. Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to you no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me. Oh? To be honest, 'tis a little embarrassing. The trial that's about to begin, you see, is for me good self here. I'll be in the dock. This man's allegedly rich as fuck and couldn't hire the best team of defense lawyers London has to offer. It's pretty sussy. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Oh. Could be right 5 down there. Is it a leprechaun joke? His name's gonna be fucking something silly that I can't think of right now. Oh, well, the thing is, don't worry about a thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me. Nothing more. Nothing more? Nothing more than who? Otherwise, you see, the trial is going to start without me having any kind of representation at all. So it was true. The Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial? Turn of the century means a decent whack of anti-Irish racism, unfortunately. Bluster and blazes. Do yous not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names. No, sorry, we've only just arrived in the city, you see. I see. Suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park there in the centre of London is another beautiful park. Sorry? A park? What? It's called McGilded Park. Full of blossom and flowers in the spring, and singing birds and whatnot. I donated it to the city, so I did. An entire park in central London. His name's McGilded. City of Smiles, that's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city and its queer old people. It's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary. But now they've got the gall to say I'm a good-for-nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask you? Alright, don't pass out. Mr. Naruhodo. Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves, while the gentleman catches his breath. Good idea. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best. What was I after saying, you daft idiot? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I? Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry? I know what you're thinking. This Chancellor of a fella claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? That is what I was thinking. I did say that. Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well. Well. Yeah. Did you do it? Yes, exactly. What now? Well, like you said, if you have all that money, but you don't have anyone to represent you in court, there's no other logical conclusion than that you're guilty of the charges. Well, you call a spade in the East, so you do. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean any offense. I still can't express myself very well in English, you see. And I'm never sure what's acceptable to say and what isn't, so... Is that all? Because you sounded fluent enough when you were telling me what a blackguard I must be. I'm terribly sorry. I can't say that I blame you for thinking it, fella. It is a little strange, to be honest. Why, you don't have a lawyer, I mean. That would be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry? Did he just say Reaper? Aye. The Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Baruch Van Zeeks. He's the prosecutor. We're meeting him. Seeing a clip of Lord Baruch Van Zeeks is why I wanted to play this game. That's why I wishlisted this game. It's a cool looking guy. The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper? When Van Ziek stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. What? Huh? So it's reached the desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense of the fellow at all. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of the same kind of vibes as I got from the big guy in the first game. The final boss prosecutor. The not Edgeworth, not Weenie. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey. Yeah, Manfred von Karma. That was quite a guy. Goodness, Lord Baroque Van Zieks. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed. Curse? What on earth? The defendant is summoned, and his counsel. Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. His counsel? That would be me. Oh, 'tis time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Until you showed your face here. I'd made up my mind, so I had. Sorry? I decided I'd have to defend myself in there. How would that have worked? But then you made an appearance. A student of law, wouldn't you know? There's no accident, I can assure you that. 'Tis fate. So don't get cold feet now, please. Witty please. I literally know nothing about the case, or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. Mr. Naruhodo, the man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Cosmo would never have allowed to happen. Ah. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. I'll be right there. It's happening then. First trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Cosmo. Because I have no idea how I'm gonna manage this. Well, I got a whole gang of guys. So this is the highest court in Great Britain, the Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different to the Supreme Court in Japan. It's fine, just have his ghost possess your friend in close moments. True. Cosmo speak through Cisato. It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. We went through the Pacific in January and February to get to Britain? Dang. True. Pacific's like, this is northern hemisphere. It's cold as fuck right now. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes. What? Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again. I know, but I just can't help it. Santa? Santa Claus? In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. To get here from Japan, you'd have to sail around Africa. Yeah, it's true. No, Russian ship. They could go up and around. I don't imagine why you would. No, have they invented going up yet? I don't think you can go up yet. Am I talking out of my ass? Can you even go up? You can go up. Surely. No. The whole point of going down was you had to go down. Give me a world map, Google. You can probably go up. Let's go up around Russia, between Russia and Alaska. And go west for a little bit. Job done. It'll be a bit chilly, but we got a lovely, nice steamship. Oh, no, never mind. They mentioned putting us off at Hong Kong. So they definitely did go south. Right. We are... Whoops. Sorry, what are we? We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McGilded. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and the defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is fully prepared. The prosecution is fully prepared. I don't know, I want to go for a Dracula voice. I'm not going to put that much effort in. Blah, blah, blah. That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld. Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern? Do you speak English? Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. And I couldn't be further from ready if I tried. Those eyes please me. Nipponese. Huh. They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. Probably would have taken the Suez Canal. Yeah, when did that get done? Suez Canal. Yeah, 1869 was completed. So yeah, just go right through. Go around south of Asia, and then up in there. Yeah, it's Egypt. And then finish it off with the same route that the Yamada took. Yeah, it was only 50 days. It's not that bad. 50 days in a nice ship. With like a dozen books on the shelf. Yeah, nowadays you can do that in like 2 weeks on a cruise ship. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. Quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb. Ah, a cold shiver just ran down my spine, all the way to the tips of my toes. Now, Mr. McGilded. Yes, my lord. You stand accused of murder, a capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner? As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a grand thing to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fellow is a student from some little island off in the Far East. Is it not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance? I'd like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud. Listen to Mr. McGilded. What a fine gentleman London has in him. Did you hear that he donated £5,000 to the government the other day? Mother, please may we go and play in McGilded Park. It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilded. That's definitely welcome news, and he certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. Eloquently put, Mr. Mueldon, and most laudable sentiments. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed? Oh, it's the jury. What the fuck's going on with this guy fucking Jack the Ripper looking ass? Yes, my lord, if the task is to send rotters to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready. Oh, that doesn't sound very partial. Impartial. Sounds very partial. At the manor, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree. Any criminals here will soon be wishing they never set eyes on me. I feel a chill. Don't mind me, my dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these mitts for my grandson. Ah, Mr. Naruto, those people are... The jury, yes. That's something we don't have in Japan yet. That's right. I've only ever read about it. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors. The judge passes sentence according to the law, the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view. But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict? That I don't know, but I'm sure it will become clear as the trial progresses. Yes. Yes. Prosecutor Van Zieks. My lord. It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you'd renounced your fame. I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. So what brings you back? What you doing back here? Good to see you, buddy. Is there some change of circumstance of which the court should be aware? I leave that to your imagination, my lord. So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years. Why did he have to choose today of all days to make a comeback? Don't lose heart, Mr. Naruto. As you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return. Now then, opening statements, I think. A summary of the case, if you please. Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity. We must be the only ones in here who aren't aware. The incident took place in the late evening. 3 days passed. The hour was some minutes after 10. The victim was a maker of building bricks known in the community as Thrice-Fired Mason. Sorry? Thrice? He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired were said to be almost indestructible. Too bad his guts weren't indestructible. Should have had a brick stuffed in there. The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service on the streets of London at the time. A dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Here is the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard. Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that and the photograph as evidence. Report prepared by the Scotland Yard coroner. It gives the cause of death as internal hemorrhaging as a result of a single stab wound to the abdomen. A photograph of the victim taken on the omnibus. The knife in his abdomen is clearly visible, but his face is partly obscured from view by an old crooked hat. And one further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well. And these are... Good lord. Is that blood, Counsel? Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested. What? Mr. McGilder's gloves had blood on them? That could be anybody's blood. Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well. The leather gloves the defendant was wearing at the time of the incident, there is a bloodstain on the right glove. Did I get into this? And backed into a corner before I've even started. Continuing. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside his vehicle at the time. Only 2? Obviously, one of the passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. What's an omnibus? BRB. Omnibus vehicle. I know an omnibus as like a book, a collection of books of words, of stories. It's a horse bus. It's a bus drawn by a horse. Fair enough. It's called an omnibus because it's a bus that carries many vehicle passengers. Just like any other bus. The other was the accused, Magnus McGilded. Well, rather damning circumstances to say the least. Defendant, what say you? What say ye? Nothing. Ain't saying shit, cops. Well, of course, I have no recollection of such a thing. Mr. McGilded. To be sure, I rode in the omnibus that evening. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it. Are you claiming to have been asleep? It was the motion of the carriage, my lord. Littleton, so it is. And when I opened my eyes again, it was a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I'd never laid eyes on before in my life. Pretty sussy. Now I ask yous, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about my gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. So the blood got onto the gloves then, after the man had been killed. Unfortunately, that statement of the driver's is only the beginning. What? That's not all of it? There were multiple witnesses to the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed. Oh! Ora! 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 When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage. And there were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail in the coffin for the accused. Thank you, counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we will hear testimony from these witnesses first of all. Your wish is my command. Bailiff, bring in the witnesses at once. That's the entire cast of every one of Charles Dickens's novels. Witnesses, your names and occupations. Beppo! Hey, Beppo. My name is, well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus in the East End. Bruce Fairplay. I'm a banker in the city. Oi. My name's First. Lady First. I make hats for gents. let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and witness to the aforementioned incident. I thought only the two were in the omnibus. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Quite right. Yes, sir, that's right, sir. Very well then. Let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw. What the witnesses saw. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. Oh, that's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus. And then I saw it too. Unambiguous testimony, I must say. Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes. I'd like to ask a question, if I may. Yes, counsel. Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Why not? Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it? As has been clearly stated from the outset, yes. Well, in that case, how could those two witnesses possibly have seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage. How quaint. I'd read that civilization in the Eastern Island nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses? Huh? Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you even traveled in an omnibus? Well, no. We, only arrived in London this morning. No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves. The actual scene of the crime, that is. What do you mean? The actual scene? How? The carriage is designed to be moved, after all. Presumably you understand that much. Yes? The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today, in this very building. Here? What? The entire carriage? Bailiff! Bring forth the stricken omnibus. Bring forth the war bubble. Okay, Ines, hi.
Hi.
Welcome home.
What the fuck is there?
It's a murder scene.
What the fuck?
It's a crime scene.
They brought in the crime scene?
Yeah.
What?
Lass says hi.
Yes.
Gotta cross-examine the bus.
What the fuck?
So that's an omnibus. The omnibus. I can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. I can't see anything happening in that bus. As you can see, the omnibus was pulled by 2 horses. You sound like 2 horses. I like talking to you. Flareon is the only fully evolved fire type that cannot learn Solar Beam. Can carry up to 8 passengers.
Who the hell is this guy?
This is Baron
Who's this funky guy?
Baroque Van Zeeks.
Yeah.
He's a handsome man. 4 passengers seated inside the enclosed cabin, and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. And I should point out to our foreign guests that there is a skylight in the roof, allowing a view of the interior from the seats above. Aha, a skylight. Oh! The penny drops at last, I see. These two gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats of this omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight. Fire fan also said hi, Bobo. Ah, that makes perfect sense. Well, Counsel, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced the crime scene itself brought right into the courtroom. There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish. Very well, I see no reason why not. This omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence. The 8-seater omnibus that was the scene of the crime. There were passengers both inside the carriage and on the roof deck that night. You guys obviously... What are you talking about? Why would you think this is the murder? You guys witnessed him wake up and go to help. Probably. I can't believe it. The entire crime scene entered as evidence? Yes, Great Britain is simply extraordinary. I could help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here. Let us continue with proceedings then. Your cross-examination, Counsel. Pray, don't expect this Nipponese stray to understand the intricacies of a British court's cross-examination rights. Fuck you, Van Zeeks! Cross-examine your face with my fists. Alright, my first cross-examination in a British court.
What if I cross-examine his face with my mouth?
Oh. Oh, that's the way this trial is gonna be. Focus, Inosuke, focus! Stop thinking gay thoughts.
No! Never!
He's too old for you. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too. Alright, so when it happened, the only two people in the enclosed cabin area were the victim and the defendant. And, so help me, 3 whole people witnessed the man I'm trying to defend do the deed. I don't like to be pessimistic, but we do seem to be in a rather difficult situation here. What am I supposed to think here? Is Mr. McGillard really innocent? Or could it be? Before we jump to conclusions, our first task should be to gather information. We need to understand the case much better than we do at the moment. Yes, you're absolutely right. Let's listen to those witnesses' statements again, a little more carefully this time. Press.
Hold it!
Wait a minute. Yes, I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it? We're gonna fucking get the... No, that was from a much older game. It was a little after midnight on Christmas Eve. So that would make it Christmas. Anyone freaking out about this? Nope, it really was freezing cold. Can you believe it? Yes, it's February. And you had 4 passengers on board at the time, is that correct? Yes, that's right, sir. Not all travelling in the same parts of the bus, of course, though, no. True. Yep, everyone's cool with that. And there were no other passengers when the incident took place. No one alighted, for example. You're quite right with that, sir. No other passengers like that? No? None? So nobody fled the scene of the crime, then? I have to say, the boss insists on running, he does. Every evening, that last bus of the day. Man, why are you so cold? Everyone else is doing alright. You're all bundled up, and you're freezing to death. But I do wonder sometimes if it's altogether worthwhile. Yes, sorry to say. What do you mean by that? Well, what with it being so cold and everything, and only making 20 pence on the run, you see. Yes, I spend that much at the pub on the way home, just trying to warm up again. Or that though, too cold. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. But
Hold it!
were they for realsies? You saw them through the skylight in the roof of your carriage? That's right. When you sit up on the top deck, the window's right there at your feet. Not a great view for the people on the inside. There was a lamp on the inside, so I had a pretty good view. The two of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. That's not fucking Willy Wonka. That's not Magnus McGilded. That's just some guy. That's a nasty suit boy. But there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that it was Mr. McGilded. You should have some doubt in your mind. Doubt that a little bit. How can you be so sure? Well, how can I put it politely? McGilded is a gentleman of rather small stature. I couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilded. There is no room for doubt here. There's no room for doubt here. Mr. Archer. I am attracted by Dracula. That was not ideal. There have been better Dracula voices. I really wish there was. Then out of the blue, the accused just reached over and punched a knife right into his guts.
Hold it!
Tell me more. You actually saw the exact moment it happened? Didn't I already testify to that? Or a fair dinkum hard-working city banker is not considered trustworthy these days. Oh. Are you Australian? Quite a fan to use fair dinkum? Or is that an Australianism? Oh, no, I didn't mean that. This is no good. I've really got his back up. Really got his back up. Hackles raised. Perhaps you could, whoops. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail, if that's... My lord. Juror number 3? What's the meaning of this? This is the fucking guy from Clockwork Orange? Hang on, let me check that. It's the Clockwork Orange guy? Yeah, it is. What are you doing here, Clockwork Orange guy? Completely and utterly made up. Made up about what? I don't like stinking rich. Never have. They're always up to something or other. Fuck. They're always up to something or other that they shouldn't be. Every one of them. Quick, play some Beethoven. Let's hit him with some Beethoven. I can actually do that. I've set this up. So for beat. I don't know which one. Let's just hit random. There we go. A little bit of background bait. Sneezed on the beat and the beat got sick. They're always up to something or other they shouldn't be. Every one of them. What's happened there? Why did the seat back fall off? And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me. What the fuck? There's no point wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion on the matter, anyway. That is precisely what I was about to say. Guys, what the fuck? As the foreman of the jury, it's my duty to set a good example to my fellow jurors. What the? What is happening here? Let me see. Ah, yes, it seems that's how the members of the jury give their verdicts. With fire? Apparently, yes. White for innocent, and black for guilty. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case. One by one, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice, as we saw a moment ago. So if those enormous scales fall completely to the black side, does that mean... Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen. Ugh, now I'm even more worried than I was before. Yeah, that's some bullshit, Great Britain. I believe this historically accurate documentary game is showing us how whack Great Britain's justice system really was in the 1900s. Very well. The court acknowledges the change in the jury's stance. Counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. This is a nightmare. That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it.
Hold it!
Tell me more. Say more right now. He stabbed him, you say? And you were sitting up on the roof deck, were you? Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats. Beppo, is that true? Yes, true. I remember seeing the little green gent sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. Sorry. Oh, I don't know where I pulled green from there. I just inserted a word that wasn't in the thing. I'm just seeing it was green. So a normal little gent. Not green at all. He could still be green. I don't know. Didn't specify whether one or another were either green or not. I've been thinking about a new hat design, you see, so I was just gazing absent-mindedly around. What does A do? Oh, it lets me look around. The keyboard. But then I happened to look down through the skylight. It was sticking right out from his belly. That huge, great knife. A grim sight indeed. Ah, that didn't help me at all. Stop cleaning the bench. The jury look like they're even more convinced my client did it than they were before. There you go, Annie. That appears to have made everyone even more dubious that Mr. McGillicuddy is telling the truth. If only we had some evidence to counter their suspicions. Mr. First. Oh, yes, sir. Is this the knife you saw? Oh, good grief. Yes, that's it. The very one, sir. Is that? Yes, counsel. This is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly like a stake through the heart. It's a blade of considerable size, counsel. It is. And furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial. The letter M, which seems oddly familiar. Ah, please, no. M. For Magnus, perhaps? Or McGilded, possibly? Take your pick. It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake.
Objection!
But there are M's everywhere. Yes! Like in Mason.
Objection!
Oh, that's what it sounds like. Oh, that's so hard to do, though. This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned. No, fuck no. Oh, one attempt and I need water. BRB, 1 sec. God damn. Oh,
Oh no, just walked in. What?
nothing.
Okay.
You walked in, but then you stopped and looked.
Well, I'm getting straight. I was looking at the beautiful boy.
My handsome man, Van Zeeks.
I want to have a closer look at this gorgeous man.
Check out Van Zeeks over here.
Yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo!
No, this weapon of murder almost certainly belongs to the accused. Ah. Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, counsel. A largish knife with it is found lodged in the victim's abdomen. Its quality and fancy ornamentation suggests it must be quite valuable. My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption. Ah, juror number 2, go on. Mr. McGilded is a pillar of society and a gentleman gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. However, those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. Wait, what are you about to do? Dispose of the rubbish. No! I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime. I have painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced all the facts. As such, I am now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion. Guys, what the fuck? Yeah, it seems to be... Huh? Oh, yeah, sorry, benefits are gone. Shut up, Ludwig. We're having a tense moment. Not again. That's 4 out of 6 jury members who proposed a guilty verdict. There are only 2 left. We've had it. Every time I press these witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse. Nevertheless, what we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark. I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may very well fly. We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something that will give us a way to fight back. But... Alright, I'll keep trying. I can't give up. Just need to keep calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again. I just need to keep calm and carry on. Is this the last one? Yes. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too.
Hold it!
What exactly did you see? Oh, well, sir. That would be the passenger, sir. Yes, collapsed on the floor he was. And by the passenger, you are referring to the victim, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker. And then the other passenger had the knife in his hand, not like this. By the other passenger, obviously you are referring to the accused, Mr. Magnus McGilded. And then he punched it down like this, stabbing the other passenger in the belly. What? My lord, I wish to speak. Yes, juror number 5. Do I take it that you too? As the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of a murder being committed in one of the city's carriages is utterly abhorrent to me. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. But I've heard enough now. The horse has bolted, as they say. No, please, just keep an open mind a little longer. Gee up now, Silverblaze. The finish is in sight. Hi-ho, Silver! Away! Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man says. Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind, sir. This is too unkind, sir. This is too unkind, sir. Which now means that 5 jurors agree to condemn this man. Come on, Obachan. You're my only hope. Madam Juror number 6.
Yes, dear. What can I do for you?
You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stand.
Oh, yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know.
Then, pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning?
Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, mate. I always go to the park at around this time of day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting. At the lovely little park just near where I live. A Gilded Park, it's called. Ah. The gentleman donated it to the city, you know, to put a smile on Londoners' faces, he said. I can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life. He is always doing wonderful things for the city.
That's right, a man like that wouldn't stab someone, surely? Mother, may we go to the McGilded Public Library later and borrow some more books?
Mother!
How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know? What kind of a man Magnus McGilded really is? What kind of a man is he? The philanthropist Magnus McGilded. Enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one with the very darkest of souls.
What? Stone the crows!
McGilded lends money at extortionate rates of interest, so his victims have no hope of repaying him. When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak.
I've never heard any mention of that before.
Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own?
Oh.
What possible reason could this man have had to make use of a public omnibus service? You're not saying that the victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name, save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGilded. But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed was the final repayment date for his debts. Good gracious. The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him, his life. Quite the merciless felon, philanthropist pretender, Magnus McGilded.
I don't believe it.
Hold it!
If I might add something briefly. Mrs. Otto? You claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. McGilded. Where is the evidence to support your claim?
Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in a court of law.
Aha, there it is. Lord Van Seek's hallowed chalice. How can this be considered acceptable?
But I find myself in unexpectedly good humor. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself.
Ah! As judicial assistant to the defense, I am simply doing my job.
What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside. Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. Marvelous toast, Counsel. I would gladly accept this new evidence. Catalogue of people who had borrowed money from the defendant at a high rate of interest. It includes the victim, who owed 20 guineas. Ah, yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum. And the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense. Well, it would seem yeah, I just guarantee that one of these sussy barkers is going to be in there. And one of them's name is M. Or starts with M, rather. I've had the wool pulled over my eyes. Regrettably, madam, that is the modus operandi of the accused. Let's have a little look-see at the court record right now. We haven't gone through all our stuff yet. He's carved his armband. These are the scales of justice. They're a symbol of the defense, aren't they? Yes, that's right. Scales are a symbol of fairness, to show that all are treated equally in the eyes of the law. And they're a warning to those who enter the courtroom without an impartial mind. Such as everyone else here. But if they're the mark of the defense, it would be more auspicious if they were weighing more heavily on the not guilty side, I think. Very impartial, I'm sure. The lawyer's name is embroidered on the inside here, look. Osmarski. This was his band, of course. He had his heart set on this study tour in Great Britain. I'm sure he would have found the truth he longed for here. But he lost his life before he even had the chance to see the place. I have such a strong sense of his hopes and dreams when I look at this armband, though. Let's look for the ledger. This portfolio must contain all sorts of secrets of London's gentry. Oh dear. Do you really think we ought to look inside? Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, is it? Is it? Apart from our great detective friend, perhaps. Actually, I wonder. Good night, lass. Enjoy pocket monsters. I assure you we will not find Mr. Shoms's name inside. Well, let's see what we do find. Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Oh, goodness! What is it? Look at this! Do you see the name here? It's fair play. Did that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar, actually. Bruce Fairplay! The witness testifying at this very moment. That's not very fair play, Bruce. Oh, yes, of course, the banker. Why is his name in here? Ah, he borrowed 20 guineas, did he? And look, the repayment date is fast approaching. It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course, but this could be very useful information. Bruce, you naughty devil. Trying to kill your creditor? Outrageous. Hey, Bruce, let's have a little look-see at this. Big knife. Little glasses. He's missing a button. That's probably going to come up. Or maybe it isn't. He's got a nice hat. Interesting. This is definitely blood, isn't it? Not the most pleasant sight to be confronted with on our first day in London. It could be tomato sauce. Well, nothing will come of grumbling now. No. By the way, is Mr. McGilden right-handed? Yes, I believe so. He was toying with a coin in his right hand a little earlier. Ah, pity. If only he'd been left-handed. I think blood on either glove would be fairly incriminating, really. Oops. Well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we? Ah, scene of a murder. It's horrible. You've been at 2 murder scenes very recently, my guy. Oh! Circus? I bet that's gonna come up again later. Ah, that's a poster for the great exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower, the centerpiece of the whole exposition. Oh, it's the Crystal Tower, not the Eiffel Tower. Oh, the Crystal Tower. Hey, hang on. It's under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be fizzing with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event. As soon as Last leaves, we get the Crystal Tower event. Yeah. Ah, that's a poster for the great exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. Yep, same conversation. Look at the blood. That's blood that's soaked into the seat. The victims, obviously. Yes, and that seat would be clearly visible from the roof deck. Would you really stab somebody in full view of the other passengers like that, I wonder? Well, it was after dark. And there was a lamp on in here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight. Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. It's quite a large skylight, isn't it? Yes, quite large enough to afford a good view into the cabin from the roof deck. And there doesn't appear to be a handle or catch of any description. So I suppose it can't be opened from inside the cabin, at least. Let's have a look-see from the top. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly. And that's not good for us. So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. Oh, you must have a wonderful view of London streets from up here. So people sit all the way up here on bitter winter nights with the cold air rushing past them. And they have to pay money to do so? I can't imagine how cold it must feel. That just made me think of something horrible. Can you imagine being dragged around the city in the freezing cold as a punishment? Perhaps that is the real price you pay to stay out late. What else we got? Hey, oi. Huh? Who? That's not allowed. Can't find any other place, that's totally fine. Normal things there. Alright, looks like that's about it. Yeah, okay. And this knife. That part is the sheath, isn't it? You alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Hmm? Oh, sorry, yes. I just don't really like blades. Oh. Don't seem like the words of a man with a large katana slung from his waist. It's not a blade, that's Cosmo's soul. It's completely different. Anyway, there's no sense in delaying it. Let's see what the blade looks like. It didn't even clean off the blood. Come on, guys. It's not very sanitary. Ugh, that looks a lot like blood. It surely is blood. The victim's. Ugh, an Englishman's blood looks a lot like a Japanese man's blood. Did you think it wouldn't? Sorry, it's just that we've only just arrived here in Great Britain. I'm finding it a little hard to adjust. Yes, I do understand. Where is this alleged M? Yep, that's a pretty big M. What if it's a W? An ornate letter M. Undeniably Mr. Magnus McGilder's initial. And it's beautifully gilded too. They must be very valuable, I should think. Ah! What is it? Look at this M. If you turn it upside down, it becomes a W. This could change everything. A W? Yes, this is one of those, you know, turnabout cases. I'm sure of it. I'm afraid I don't know at all. But what I am sure of is that this is an M. Oh, okay, never mind. That idea was quickly quashed. Fuck me, I guess. The perpetrator was actually Wagnus MacDonald. Whack. Regrettably, madam, that is the modus operandi of the accused.
And it's such a pretty little park, too. What a scoundrel.
Hey, yo, no, leave him alone.
Still. Maybe it's all for the best.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's think about it a little more before.
I don't stand for nonsense.
That was it. The last juror's decision. Oh, according to this encyclopedia of British law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here. Ah, the final verdict. It's over then. Oh! There's a footnote, though. A footnote. However, the defense... All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in this case. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections. Mr. Sato, just tell me one thing. Oh, yes? You were in the middle of saying something before? The footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law? The defense? What did it say next? Oh, yes, of course. One moment. When all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. And the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point. Summation? Examination?
Objection!
A summation examination? From which century has that tome you have there been resurrected? Ah. Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten and certainly no longer practiced. So you're out of luck. Oh. What even is it, Mrs. Sato? This so-called summation examination. Oh, one moment, and I'll read about it. You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails. Typical Nipponese. Hey, fuck you, Vanzeeks. Alright, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury. To do what, exactly? Appeal to them to change their leading and reverse their decisions. And it says here that, if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Make them reverse their decisions. Decisions? Fuck me. Cannot speak at all today. Yes, in times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. But that procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really, so it rather fell out of use. I wonder why. Because it was devoid of purpose. Huh? Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try in this day and age. Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked. What are you suggesting? Suggesting that although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Summation examination. Our last possible option. Do we assert our right to carry it out, or admit defeat? Let's assert our right! You gotta fight for your right to party! The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
I object to your objection. Get fucked, Van Zieks. London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection!
Objection! Nah! But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. The defense's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination. Stop making me say summation examination. Fuck you. This is madness. Glug, glug, glug. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? Well, I'm not. There was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so... All members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision. What grounds? You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot. This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before. That really holds with all this justifying lark. Every single one of them was on the books, was fucking paid off. That seems to have thrown the jurors off. It seems none of them have experienced this before. Alright then, the summation examination. Defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe. It might be the opportunity we've been looking for to turn this trial around. So be it then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant, Magnus McGilded, guilty of this most serious crime. Judicial findings. The juror's contentions. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers, with fares totaling 20 pence. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far, and drawn the logical conclusion. You can trust the guild. Fair, fair, is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4p for years. Oi! Hey! 4p? It costs 4p to ride the omnibus. That would mean that 4 passengers would give you 16 pence. Total fare of. J'accuse! The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor in biggest belief. I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this now. Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments though, do they? Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their minds. I'll have to throw everything I can at them, and use some very persuasive language. Just a moment, Mr. Naruto. You're gonna point out the math discrepancy? I got it, dude. I'm in it.
According to my book, that's not quite how it works. Oh. I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. What's happening? Yeah. Oops. So I'm not persuading them. I have to cross-examine it again? Yes, no, maybe. Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says. But then, they've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, they could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. Then what on earth am I supposed to do? Oh dear. I'm just citing what I've read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo. Yeah, don't take it out on her. Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work then? Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments. What do you mean? Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to present a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can, we then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other. I see, so it's contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. In a way, then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination. Oh, yes, I suppose you're right. Find contradictions in their statements, and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. Alright, I might be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. I have to pull this off! Can we start proceedings, counsel? I would ask you to take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. What's that from? Code Geass, maybe? Yes, my lord. I'm feeling Code Geass. There was no one else inside the carriage at that time, so it has to be him. Hang on. We'll come back to that. That will become important after the next one. I trust the driver. He has excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. Wait a minute.
Hold it!
But does his ability to recall his takings that night really tell us how trustworthy the man is? No, that's the wrong angle. I manage all his lordship's cash affairs, so I'm very particular when it comes to accounts. I see. A single penny can mean the difference between life and death after all, can't it? That's a saying in your country? My point is, a man who minds his figures is a man you can trust. Those of us in service would swear to that, sir. Does that bench really need any more polishing? So, if the good driver says that he saw Mr. McGilder in the act, I don't doubt him. The only task left to do today is disposing of the rubbish. Now wait a minute. One of the other jurors mentioned something about money, I think. Yeah, no, I got it. Yep. Listen to me again. Inconsistency. No, I got it. Let's close it. No, not you. Hit. Against this. The math don't math.
Objection!
Those 2 statements clearly contradict each other. They do? Explain yourself, counsel. Me? Oh dear, what have I said? I swear on Silver Blaze's mane and name, I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quite right, I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me. And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence. That it is! A fair and convenient single price. Just the way London's carriages should be operated. But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man, why? 4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication... Ah! It will be 16 pence. Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely 1 person's fare. 1 person's fare? Yes, in other words, on the omnibus that night. It's distinctly possible. There was another passenger we heard nothing about. Good gracious. This can't be right. The coachmen of the guild are good, honest men, one and all. Trustworthiness is our watchword. The figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy. I beg your pardon. Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus. Oh. Alright then, how do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end, Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire into the innocent side of the set of scales. Now hold your horses there, coachman. An agreement. Why do you have to go and... Wait till I get my hands on you, Bappo. Oh, this is all very irritating. Begging your pardon, sir, I'm going to do the same. For the love of Mike! Not you as well! These jurors are doing some sick trick shots. Fuck me running. Some shit Josh. A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear, after all. Or tear, there's no way of knowing. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters. Oh, really? For one, I think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. You did it. I did it. If we can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue. 2 more, actually. There is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. Then that's where you must strike next. So I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's another contradiction in their assertions. Exactly. You can do it. Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavy on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with this summation examination. I'm changing my leaning to innocent. I should like to hear what the slipshod bookkeeper has to say for himself. What was yours? There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. Versus... there definitely were more people, which we can't do yet. Yeah, we'll press them all a bit more. Oh, hang on. Stabbing on the floor versus stabbing right next to him? That can't be right. Not you, my dude. We'll press you. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen.
Hold it!
Careful, you could hurt somebody with that. Tch, you're a fine one to talk. What of that sword hanging from your waist, No, that's just my battered soul. Your soul? Yunosuke, that's your soul? Your soul intertwined with another man's soul? Is that what you're saying? It's kind of gay. A little bit gay. A little bit homosexual. Well, anyway, I despise anyone with too much money. They're all the same, all stabbing some brickmaker or other behind the scenes, you mark my words.
Objection!
It seems very unlikely, doesn't it? You mad, man? We know that Small Shorty is a rotten Shylock. Well, yes, that does seem to be the case, but... Mr. Naruhodo, please, be careful what you say. If he's been trying to squeeze money out of us less fortunates, then as far as I'm concerned... Don't fucking chop up the table. Come to think of it, didn't one of the other jurors have something to say about the defendant's unhanded activities? If you thought of something, Mr. Naruhodo, don't let it go. Test your theory. Yeah, I'm getting there. Oh, why didn't let me skip these? Yeah, I know. Stop holding my little hand. Sure, guys.
Hold it!
That didn't happen on the floor, unless it did. No, it happened on the chair. We've seen that. I really think you should stop waving that needle around. He did follow his boyfriend to another country, it's also pretty gay, and the whole time he was following his boyfriend to the country, it was in a room with one bed, and he was staying in the closet the whole time. Goodness gracious. Tumblr would have a field day. AO3's going crazy with this. You heard what the good coachman said before, didn't you? Stop stabbing the table, both of yous! That hideous man stabbed the poor fellow, just like this! Yes, that is what he said. You're right. Oh, McGilded Park is such a lovely little place, too. I've always enjoyed resting my legs there while I get on with my knitting. And I had thought that anyone who donated such a delightful place must be a fine fellow indeed. I suppose I was wrong. Whoever would have thought he was a miserable, murdering moneylender with not a scrap of remorse? Oh, help. She's as sure as she sure can be that he's guilty now. The old lady certainly seems to know her mind, doesn't she? Oh, so not those two? So, we just need to find two jurors with contradictory statements and pit them against each other. Which is so much easier said than done. Is that perhaps what you were just thinking? How did you know? Well, I took the liberty of doing some research in case you happen to find yourself in such a situation. Shall I read to you what I found out? It is a little long, I'm afraid. Is it another tutorial? Is it just going over the same thing as before? We'll listen to it. Thank you, Sasata-san. Very well, listen to this. Damn. During the summation examination, you will hear the assertions of 6 members of the jury. In this situation, the counsel for the defense should use R and pit with impunity. Having done so, you will be able to compare the chosen assertion with those of the other jurors. Select the corresponding buttons to listen to the other jurors' assertions again. Note that you cannot choose the assertion of the juror you initially selected, nor can you choose assertions of jurors who have changed their leaning to not guilty already. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Once you've compared the various jurors' assertions, work out which two contradict each other, and then pit them together with R to pull them apart. I see. She wasn't joking when she said it was long. The first step is to listen very carefully to what each individual juror has to say. Then I'm sure you'll start to see which ones might not quite agree with each other. Alright then. Let's get this right now, so I never have to listen to that long and boring explanation again. That's the spirit. There's no one else in the carriage. Yeah, options are, there's no one else in the carriage. We stuck the chap next to him just like this, brazen, absolutely brazen. I've simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. And stabbing that poor man on the floor, beggars belief. It's gotta be these two. Hey you. Hey you, fight this old grandma. Objection! She disagrees with you. You two should have a knife fight. With your knife and your... Actually, that knife is quite similar to the murder weapon, now that I'm standing here looking at it. Let's have a little look-see at that again. Red with the gold and the boots of the fur. Not most exactly the same as anything's ever been. But close enough. Those two statements are completely contradictory. What? Explain, counsel, post haste. Oh dearie me, I was only knitting a jumper for my other half. What is all this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you? We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Of curiosity, juror number 3. What? Can you see that I'm busy here? Oh, no, yeah. And a closer look, very completely different knives. This is a cheap piece of shit knife versus the very nice, sexy M knife we've got in our possession in the cold record. How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Ha! Want to test me, do you? It's like this! Stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up, just like the prim banker said. Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony. Quite true. Now then, juror number 6. Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do for you? Do you for, young man? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam? Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so. Now don't move. Take a look at these two jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. Well, I never. They're stabbing in totally different directions. What? Bless my stitches. What a muddle. What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. Oh! But why? Why the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience? Lies, you say? In your house of God. No wonder he doesn't love you. Oh dearie me. I can't abide people telling lies. The scales. I don't believe it. Wait! Now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on us all. If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this? Answer me this, dark jinx. Huh? Me? What exactly is the problem? What of it if two witnesses have slightly different recollections of events? What? Let's say the Shylock did stab the victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus. And this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor, and then the Shylock stabbed him again. And this old lady saw him do it. Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that? Who are you calling a dandy, sir? Why, I should take this knife to you. Who are you calling old? Why, I should take this needle to you. Oh, they're ready to kill each other now. They're ready to kill each other now. Could the foreman of the jury be right? Did the two witnesses see two different moments of the same crime? Hell no, this dude's on the take. Single stab wound. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it, you dark jinx? Stop calling me that. Come on, out with it. Bit fucking racist, lads. What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. What? What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. So where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. I say the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of the question, show me some proof. Show me your moves. Show me what you got. It looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable hard evidence. Some rock hard evidence. As you wish. What? What? I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that the two witnesses saw two different members of the same crime, as proven by... which one is it? This one? Autopsy report. Single stab wound.
Take that!
Boom! Ooh, got it! This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen only once. Yep, only once. It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely one time. Which means that these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen 2 different times. Where'd the knife go? Alright, I can see defeat. Wait, that means 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty. We've done it, Miss Naruhodo. We've won. No, we haven't. What are you playing at, you dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. But we had a consensus. I said shut your trap. I know a liar when I see one. I may not know my flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one. And that's his voice now. And if the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor-sharp blade and shave every last... I had it on autoplay, I didn't see what he's gonna shave. Hair off his head! Please tell me he's a barber. Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defense's summation examination has flipped the balance on the scales of justice. Jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate. And the trial must continue. I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places. And I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. So, Lord Van Zeeks, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. There it is. That's the clip I saw. Is his animation there. Fucking cool. Having savored... Wait, let's try and nail this down. Let's try and get to work on this. Dracula sounds like these. Jonathan Harker. Having savored the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hallowed chalice, it may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Look, Lord Van Zeeks. Look, is it cold in here, or is it just me? As your antiquated tome no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. So I honor the deathly silence and listen to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. Well, no matter. There is nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No, and why else would we grace the courtroom without presence, after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Bring forth the witnesses once more. Witnesses! I trust you heard the summation examination we have just had to endure. Oh, yes, sir. That I did, sir. Of course I heard it. Oh, yes, sir. I heard it. You, sir, on the end, the coachman. I believe it's Beppo. Yes, sir. My lord, sir. If it transpires that in your previous testimony, you were attempting to veil the presence of a fifth passenger on your omnibus, you will be found guilty of perjury. You are advised to bear that in mind, sir. Oh mio Dio. Now then, witnesses, I hereby call on you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summation examination. Various misgivings. I've just now noticed something in my activity feed. Thank you very much, Tuka Kamanara, for following me 2 days ago when I wasn't online, when I wasn't streaming. Oh, you know what? That was probably during Warframe stream. Bubble added me in the title. I take it back. That was a perfectly normal reason. I only carried 4 passengers that night. I swear it. But, well, I, for one, was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. Beppo! You naughty devil! He fiddled us on the fare, he did. And then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much. I tell you, I saw McGilded stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. Oh, yes, he stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so, yes. Beppo, you naughty boy. Counsel, make sense of this for me, please. The phantom fifth passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little cousinage. I'm guessing how to pronounce that word. I've not come across it before. Kozenage, if it was Japanese. I don't think it is. Yeah. Could be Chojenag. Chojenag. No, can't help you. Explain yourself. I'm terribly sorry, Guild Master. The guild's fare is 4 pence across the board. You know that. Am I to understand that you've been overcharging our passengers by a penny a fare? It's so cold, and the last run of the day is always half empty. You have been dishonest, coachman. Oh, I'm sorry. You're a disgrace, Beppo. A disgrace! And your selfish actions have brought dishonor on the entire guild. If I may, sir. To pay 10 pence on the bus just last week. What? 4 passengers at 5 pence each is, yes, 20 pence. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out differently. Yep, 4 times 5 is not that difficult, and it works the same way around. You flip it turnways, 5 times 4, same result. That's maths. No, that figures. Well, it will appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please. We've already had the pleasure of a protracted summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the parable games. Absolutely. I only carried 4 passengers that night. I swear it. But
Hold it!
So, there were only 4 passengers in her carriage, but you didn't charge them the standard 4 pence fare. Is that right? It's impossible to make the last run of the day. Hey. Anyone else got anything to say about this? You look pretty... kind of sussy. Hey, what's up with you?
Excuse me.
Mr. First! Oh, how can I help you, sir? That last statement, did it trouble you in some way? Not particularly, sir, no. If anything, he's troubling me with that hat of his. Has he greased his head? Oh dear, sir. I hope my hat's not troubling you, sir. I'm still just an apprentice, you see. Mr. Naruhodo, even the witnesses can see what's going through your mind. You really must be more careful. Ah, I wish it were that simple. But he was looking at me, he's all freaked out. Did I get through all of you? I only carried 4 passengers. Let's try that again. So, there were only 4 passengers in our carriage, but you didn't charge them for 4 fare, is that right? It's impossible to make the last run of the day pay. I was so cold. It was all I could do to stop myself passing out. I'm getting chilblains just listening to you. I know what chilblains is. Hey Google, what's chilblains? I bet it's goosebumps. Ah, no, it's not. It's much worse. It's like 2 steps down from frostbite. Ugh, not pleasant. Don't look it up. It was terrible, so I wanted to give myself a pat on the back for even keeping the bus running. Doesn't a dedicated coachman deserve an extra penny per passenger? You're digging a deeper hole for yourself here. If only there had been a 5th passenger on the omnibus that night. Then we would have had another suspect. Well, I, for one, was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus.
Hold it!
Does that mean everyone on board that night paid 5 pence instead of 4? Well, I paid 5 pence too, sir. And I just told you that I did. A flat fare of 5 pence across the board. It's not something to be proud of. The so-called discrepancy my learned friend identified was nothing of the sort. Was nothing of the sort. Much like the phantom killer you so desperately needed. It's gone, dead and buried. Whoops. I'd have been happy if it had ever existed in the first place. He fiddled us on the fare, he did. Big yawns. And then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much.
Hold it!
This blood-curdling sight. You mean the murder, I presume? Yes, sir. Loathsome sight. No one should have to witness the horror in the eyes of a man the moment his life is taken. Oh, well, not exactly, sir. I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the gent was stabbed. Good gracious, really? We have another witness who did, however. The banker has already testified to it. But Mr. First didn't actually see the point at which the victim was killed. That may turn out to be very significant. Because of the way that fucking fair play is full of shit. I heard the banker gent next to me take a sharp intake of breath, see? That's when I looked through the glass. That's when I saw that horrible blade taking out of his belly, all covered in blood. Every time I see a knife now, I can't help screaming, even when I'm eating. What about when juror number 3's flipping his knife all around the place? I tell you, I saw McGilded stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. Everything. So you saw the defendant, Mr. McGilded, stabbing the victim, Mr. Mason, who was sitting next to him. That's what I said, isn't it? It was bothering me before, this was. But just a brief moment, he hesitated before answering the question. Anyway, there was only the 2 of them inside the carriage, wasn't there? There's been much talk of a 5th passenger, but as yet, 0 evidence. Then what are we wasting all this time for, eh? It's black and white. The man's guilty. Kill him immediately, so I don't have to pay him 20 guineas. Something about Mr. Fairplay's testimony just jars with me. I wish I could work out what it was. What could it possibly be? You fucking guy. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that. We're gonna get this man. Hey, my dude. What if you're full of shit? What about that? What then? This might be too early. Let's just consider the implications of that statement for a moment, shall we? Oh, shit. No, did it at the wrong point. Sanders unhappy with me. What implications, Counsel? Nothing strikes me about it. Oh, exactly. There's nothing striking about it. Fuck. Fuckity fuck shit damn. What does strike me is your propensity for the inane, however. I need to clear my head and come at this again from a different angle. My dude, are you good? Do we need to bring a heater in? Need some blankies?
Hold it!
Tell me about this stabbing. Earlier, you testified that you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you? Oh, yes, that's right. You said that the victim was on the floor and described the assailant holding the knife in an ice pick grip. I suppose. I might have, you know, yes. The cart before the horse, maybe. What's this? Well, I'm quite sure about most of it. I was driving the horses when I heard a scream from the insides, the seats of the roof deck. Oh, I expect that was me, sir. Then when I turned around, yes, I saw it through the skylight. He's been cold in the month and a half since the murder. He's been cold his entire fucking life. He's all skin and bones. Poor Beppo. The gentleman was on the floor, and the knife was sticking up out of his midriff. That's right, yes. And the fellow holding the handle was the famous man, yes. So, in short, you didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all. Not as such, no. I really thought I did, but when I go over it again in my head, no, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment of the stabbing, did I? Oh, okay. Full Australian then. Don't mind if I do. Struth, he says.
Excuse me.
What's up with that, my guy? Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay? Now, you listen to me. I know what you're thinking. You didn't really see the exact moment that fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. I might be able to extract some new information from him if I answer him cleverly. Could he have just happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed? Some days are like that. It do be like that sometimes. Fuck off! No shot, my guy. Well, it is a little hard to believe, suddenly. Unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight on the top of an omnibus, that is. Anything. I'm a respectable city banker, Ivy, you know. Saw. I remember it as clear as a Ballarat day. Oh, okay. You know what? Yeah, they're really laying it on now. It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you. Don't mind telling you. Thank you, Mr. Fairplay. Oh, excuse me if I was getting a little hot under the collar there, my lord. I would ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what exactly you saw. Oh, I can do that, all right. I'll tell you just how grim it was. You think I'd forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands after that butcher stabbed the man?
Hold it!
Blood-soaked? Oops, a little bit of Australian still in the voice there. I am, well, perhaps soaked is laying on a little thick, but there was definitely blood all over it. Both of them are covered in it. No, the fuck they was not. And he saw that from the roof, through the skylight. Well, the skylight's reasonably large, so I had a pretty good view. And there was a lamp on inside the carriage as well, so I'm quite sure of what I saw. This banker's latest statement. is some bullshit. When you feel something doesn't add up, Mr. Naruhodo, that's when you should have a good look through the court record. Yeah, I got it. Not long ago, this trial very nearly came to an end. Somehow, we've managed to keep our chances alive here. I can't waste this cross-examination. I have to use it to bring some new facts to light. If you're not careful when you press these witnesses, the danger is that the jury will end up believing something helpful, as they did before. Maybe. But we can't let the fear of that happening stop us from uncovering important new information. Oh. Yes, you're so right. I need to pay careful attention here. I don't want to miss even a flicker of a reaction among the witnesses. Remember, if you happen to spot one of the witnesses reacting in a strange way, don't hesitate, pursue them as the reason. To the reason. I think I've already done that. Yep. I wanna go to the next one. Yes. That's quite sad. Unfortunate. Tell me more. Do I want to put it or just... Let's press first and get him to say both of them were covered in it. Both of them covered in it. Oh, but now I can't present doing this. Never mind. You saw it from the roof? Bullshit. The lamp on. Yep. Yep. All the same stuff as before. Bomber dude. Sorry to hear that. Too expensive. Oh, the bloody dingo. Only one of them's got a little bit of blood on it.
Objection!
Blood-soaked hands. Well, I admit that soaps might be laying it on a little thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's more than a little peculiar. What? Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded, on the night in question. Oh, yes, all right. And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark-coloured stain there. But, as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right-hand glove. Oh, ouch. In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent. Yeah! But, no, that can't be right. So you're the liar here, then? That's right, you were quite clear about it. You said, it was both hands. Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, it calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth?
Objection!
It was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. Yes, it wasn't both hands, it was only one, but the fact remains. There's only one. One hand was covered in blood. The victim's blood was on the accused.
Objection!
No. Mr. Fairplay categorically stated that he saw blood all over both hands, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court. Why? I'm a city banker, for pity's sake. My word should be the gold standard. I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snipe. Upstanding members of society don't prevaricate. He's claiming to have no reason to lie. Is that really the case? Mr. Naruhodo. If we had some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying, we'd turn the tide in this trial completely. Deploy the ledger. Activate the ledger. I seen some shit. May it please the court. The defense is ready to present evidence. Jove, are you sure? Yes. Evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had reason to lie in his testimony. I hope Bubble's not asleep. It's only 10 o'clock. Very well. I hereby call on the defense to present its evidence. The evidence that demonstrates a motive for the witness's alleged deception of the court. Ooh, got him. Take that! This is a list of the debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded. Yes, a list of innocent victims crippled by the accused extortion. The point is, among the names of those debtors is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay. What? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused? No. Well, it's barely worthy of being called a debt. According to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas. Not an inconsiderable sum of money, wouldn't you say? Let's tap out for a second. 20 guineas. I actually don't remember what year this is. It's like just barely 1900s. Let's call it 1905. Versus what are we in? 2025. Inflation calculator. Is a guinea just the same as a pound? £10 in 1900. £20 in 1900 is £2,000 now. That's like $3,000 dues. And a shilling, so more than a pound. 20 would basically come up to 21. 22.51. Goodness gracious, that's a hefty chunk of cha-ching. Hang on, this motherfucker wanted to give me 1,000 guineas? It was £1,050. £100,000? $4,600 dues? Oh, I didn't realize our exchange rate was that bad. Oh, I'm thinking of USD is 1.5. Yeah, to the pound is like twice. Goodness gracious me. Not an inconsiderable sum of money at all, wouldn't you say? I wouldn't say. Arr! Well, what of it? Let's suppose Mr. McGilded were to be found guilty of murder. What would become of your debt in that case? These documents state that the loan agreement is forged between two individual parties. Therefore, we were the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to a capital punishment. All outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They would cease to exist. Cease to exist? Mr. Fairplay, is it not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never in fact saw, in a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant? I almost shook my headphones off. Order! 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 Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Yes, my lord. Let me ask you again. And be aware that your answer may have the most serious implications upon your future, sir. Did you, or did you not, see the precise moment in time at which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim? Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. Alright, now let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth a pinch. A pinch? But it makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on McGilded's hands. Both of them.
Objection!
And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves, which we have here as evidence, is stained. So you keep saying. I wonder if I might be allowed to speak, sir. Go ahead, Mr. First. Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself, as it happens. Seeing what? Blood, sir, on the assailant's hands. I think, yes. I'm almost sure that it was on both of his hands, not just one. What? What? What are you fucking falling over dead for? That's good news. This is good news. It would appear that we're going to need further testimony from all your witnesses. This time, I would like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. Do I make myself perfectly clear? Yes. Mr. Naruhodo, this is good. This is good news. Mr. Naruhodo, this is good news. We can finally be bees. The course of the trial seems to have shifted slightly at last. Yes. I might finally have a chance to turn things around here. What the witnesses really saw that fateful night. Night. Because it was cold. As the last does that mean the guy got stabbed by the fifth party wearing McGilded's gloves, and McGilded tried to staunch the blood after awakening with his naked hands? We've got McGilded's gloves that were taken from him, like, right after, by the arresting officer, I think. I vaguely remember that being said. I don't know how long ago the fucking history goes. Probably not, yeah, not very far. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, he was wearing these at the time of the incident. So yeah, I'm thinking the guy got stabbed earlier at some point, somehow, by a famous knife-throwing performer who's going to show up at the exhibition. No, that's reaching. The guy got stabbed by the assailant, and then went, yeah, because he is only asleep while the carriage is moving. These guys scream about seeing the murder. The actual murderer escapes somehow. He didn't pay the fare. He hopped on and hopped off. While they're coming down and coming out to investigate, Willy Wonka, what's his name? Magnus McGilded wakes up because the carriage stopped moving and goes to help the victim, and tries to staunch and like touches the knife or whatever, and that's why he's only got a little bit of blood, because he only like touched the wound a little bit to try and help. Like, oh no, what's going on over here? You've been stabbed. What a disaster. There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands cut with blood on them. I just didn't actually see anything myself, no, not until I heard that scream. Anyway, fact remains, there can't have been anyone else inside that carriage, and we all would have seen. Well, lo and behold. In truth of fact, not one of you was witness to the crucial moment the crime was perpetrated. I apologise, my lord, but honestly. Oh, there was no one else inside that carriage, and the man's hands were covered in blood. That much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw the man do it. That's really not what testimony is about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat. Blood. Corroborating the witnesses' accounts.
In other words, there is no substantial, no significant change in the facts of the case. Very well. Your cross-examination, please, counsel. Yes, my lord. There was blood on both ends of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that.
Hold it!
No, the evidence tells us otherwise. We have the gloves the defendant was wearing on the night in question in the court record. I'm well aware of that, sir, but nevertheless, I know what I saw and I stand by it. The man had blood on both his hands. He's defiant, even in the face of hard evidence. He's steadfastly refusing to admit that he might be mistaken about what he saw. But why? Your reasoning is dire. Oh. One hand or two, the salient points remained unchanged. Minutes after the crime, the victim's blood dripped guiltily from the accused fingers. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters. If it's only fucking minutes later, what's that guy doing being alive, being dead? That's a gut wound? That takes a while.
Hold it!
That'll hurt for a bit. Don't try to downplay this. Whether or not you saw the exact moment of the crime is a matter of fundamental importance, as well, you know. But, crying out loud, we all know that no one else could possibly have done it. Just trying to save us all some time. You have a loan of 20 guineas outstanding with the defendant, do you not? Had you hoped to release yourself from that financial burden by ensuring the defendant was found guilty? Well, it's not entirely not what I was hoping for. I just lost a little guinea or 10 when I backed the wrong horse in the derby, that's all. I was gonna win it all back. There's a fixture this weekend, it's a sure thing. Well, no. Bet it all on Bakashin. A little guinea or 10? I'm a banker. No one bats an eye if I borrow a little spending money for the weekend. I think you may have revealed rather more about your character than you bargained for, sir. This witness's scruples are not on trial here. See to the next witness. Is that really how it's supposed to work? I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them.
Hold it!
Tell me more, tell me more. You definitely saw that too? Blood on both hands? Yes, sir. I mean, I know what you're going to say. One of Mr. McGilder's gloves has any sign of blood on it. That's right. The thing is, as far as I remember, sir, when I looked down and saw Mr. McGilder sitting beside the other fellow, I don't believe he was wearing any gloves, sir. Oh, shit. He wasn't wearing these gloves? That's correct, sir. And I saw the blood on both his bare hands quite clearly. It's true that the dark-coloured stain on the dark leather gloves wouldn't have been easy to see. I should point out that the police officer who apprehended the accused on the night in question reported that there was no trace of blood on Mr. McGilder's gloved hands. There wasn't blood on his hands. This is puzzling indeed. This must be significant somehow, I'm sure of it. I didn't actually see anything myself. No, not until I heard that scream. Oh shit. Oh fuck. No, go back. Forgot to press.
Hold it!
Hold it! You didn't see anything?
Oh, yes, sir. That is to say, no, sir, I didn't. Very sorry about what our sister said before, sir. Very sorry, yes. It was very wrong of me to make up stories and to say I saw him stab that man. But wouldn't you agree, sir? I know what you're insinuating, but I certainly wasn't making up stories. Still, to say you saw nothing isn't right either, is it? No, sir. No, sir. I saw nothing at all. Mr. Beppo, you were driving your horses. At the very least, you must have enjoyed a good view of London streets, no? Oh, please. You didn't even see that? It was so cold that don't you see? It was all I could do to keep from passing out, sir. Yes, my head was fairly frozen solid. So sorry to say so. Which means you don't know if anyone got on or off. In a sneaky manner. It would seem prudent to avoid travel on the last omnibus service of London's cold winter nights. Beppo! Oh! Beppo, you're in trouble. You're gonna get detention. Oops. Oh, fuck. No, I didn't want to do that. Mr. Fairplay didn't see Mr. Mason being stabbed at all. That's a hugely significant change in the facts of the case. And there's something else that occurred to me whilst listening to the witnesses' latest testimony. Two of them are recounting what they saw through the skylight in the omnibus roof. I know it's a large window and certainly affords a good view of the inside, but... well, I think perhaps we ought to confirm what they're saying with our own eyes as much as possible. What do you mean? I mean that we can examine the evidence firsthand. The omnibus is here in the courtroom after all. That's a good idea, and we can consider the witnesses' statements while we're looking around. Yep, so, what I'm thinking... examine it? Yeah, I reckon if you're sitting up top, you probably can't see both seats. Yeah, if you're sitting up here, which sounds like they were, if they could see the bloody seats, you can't see what's going on down here. What then? Is there a way for me to confirm that? Yeah, here we go. This seat looks reasonably soft, but it's actually rather hard when you sit on it. And only just wide enough for two gentlemen to sit side by side, really. Of course, an English gentlewoman would be dressed in such finery, it would be quite impossible for her to climb up to the roof deck, so she would have to be seated in here. A woman in a kimono would have the same problem. Women's clothes are very impractical, aren't they? So true. What's this thing? Is this a different thing? This seat has a handle, it seems. You could fit a guy in there. An evil crime guy. This looks like all sorts of equipment that might be needed to keep the omnibus running. Feeding tubs, tools to repair wheels, blankets, horseshoeing tools. So it's a storage compartment for the coachman to keep his things, it seems. There doesn't seem to be any space for passengers to store their luggage, that's for sure. Well, I don't imagine it would be very convenient for that purpose anyway. Yeah, it's probably all the same stuff. Yep. How about this side? Can I say this is a big nice gap? Nope. Very saucy. Let me look up and see. I already clicked this before. Right on, Skylight, you can see some stuff, and you can't open it. Have you seen enough? Let's step back outside then. Yeah, is there a way to get the angle up here? Here we go. So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. Oh, you must have a wonderful view of the street a bit. Yeah, okay, now we've had this. Oh, very cold. People pay this for this? That's crazy. Can I get the other side, maybe? Got it. Roof deck. Yeah, same stuff. Alright, let's just keep in mind the fact that that thing. Total of these we missed out on the last one. Didn't see anything else. Anyway, the fact remains. It can't have been anyone else inside that carriage, or we all would have seen.
Hold it!
Bullshit. And everything you saw of the incident was through the skylight on the roof of the omnibus. That's right, it was fiercely cold that night, but the glass wasn't frosted over. Oh yes, I remember I was shivering, it was so bitter. Which rather begs the question of why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place. Well, I don't know about this, young fellow, but I couldn't enter the cabin. Oh, why not? It was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door. It's locked? That's right. It's a public bus service for pity's sake. That's not what I call fair play. Like his name. Yes, I had exactly the same experience. I tried knocking, but the gent inside just gestured at me to clear off. So I had no choice but to climb up to the roof deck and look down longingly into the warm cabin below. Now, I can assure you I wasn't just looking down, I was glaring, long and hard. And that's precisely why I can tell you with absolute confidence that if there was anyone else at all in that cabin, I would have noticed. Unequivocal, I would say. I'm not sure about these two witnesses. Could they really have seen everything inside the cabin through the skylight? No. The angles, you see. It's all about the Pythagorean. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding this omnibus and witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight on the floor of the upper deck. Is that right? That's right, yes. In that case, there is a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight from you. What? What? Golly, really? You fucking dipshits. It's... Oh. This game has had a rough time with basic bitch common sense, you know? Hidden Beethoven. But the possibility cannot be denied that at the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus.
Objection!
Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. They have to cater to the average video game player, unfortunately. It is kind of a game for children, if you want to get into it. This is baby's first puzzle game. No, it's a bit unkind. But yeah, it's generally pretty easy stuff overall. I just wish it could be a little more quick about it, you know? The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here, in the flesh. Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's demand. You will identify the area on this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus. Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting that the potential extra passenger could have been situated? Boom. Can I... oh.
Take that!
What are the seats on the roof facing the direction of travel? Whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other. Which means the visible part of the cabin, which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight, is as I've drawn here. Ah! It's also a bit heavy-handed with tutorials and hints, you know. That's right, my lord. As you can see, the seat opposite the one on which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view, but also it's got good, like, dramatic timing a lot of the time. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible that these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it.
Objection!
It's quite possible some phantom was sitting there. You Nipponese have a forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity. Oh, I've lost my Dracula. That's a bit... just Europe. What is a man? A miserable pile of secrets. Nope, that's not very good. I concur with the prosecution's rejoinder. In a British court of law, evidence is paramount. Cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude. Can you, Mr. Naruhodo? No? I don't fucking know who it is. I honestly don't know. Who could it have been? Who could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witnesses on the roof deck? Do I have an inkling? Let's have a look at the court record again. Let's have a look at our people again. It shouldn't be these boys. They can vouch for each other being on the top. They know that he was on top because he was driving. That's a victim. Could it have been Van Zeek's? Is that why he's here? To get away with his own murder? Outrageous. The only two people I haven't seen yet are the law boys. Do I have an inkling? I don't have an inkling. Anything on the court record? Single stab wound. Could it have been Beppo? I don't think it could have been Beppo. Let's look at this thing again. Can't, like, climb out of it. Climb up the back to get to the seats. That's how they got on. Yeah, Beppo sits here. With his feet here, and then the horse is down here. So anyone else got an M name? No. Male? Surely not male. Why would he send me to defend the guy? This whole thing was a test? He knew in advance this far? Well, I have an inkling. The defense would like to put forward a name. You are a fool. That the response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. A toast to hard lessons not yet learned. Let us not delay, counsel. The defense is still to name the passenger in the other seat. This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn the trial in my favor. On that night, on the night of the murder, the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view is... And now it's too late to check the court evidence again. So it probably means that's not relevant. Can't be any of these boys. It probably shouldn't be any of these boys. Wait. have an inkling. I heard that my understanding of the crime scene from a point very early in the case was that Magnus was seated across. I don't remember why I thought that. I think he mentioned it. Why the fuck hasn't he said anything for the last hour? Magnus, chime in at any point. I think he said when we were inside that he was seated across, and then he woke up and saw him and went to help. But the boys think he was seated next to the other one, next to the guy. And who are you? You're an apprentice milliner. Why has this guy got a fucked up hat? Why is this guy's hat all weird? That might come up later. I'm gonna say Magnus.
Take that!
He was actually sitting across from the murder. It wasn't him what done it. The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see has to have been Mr. Magnus McGilded. Mr. McGilded? What are you talking about, Counsel? That's the name of the defendant.
Objection!
If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hallowed chalice, do forgive this courtesy. Shit, I think I nailed it. Lord Van Zeeks. People talk of those tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learning and culture of their own. But I see they use the terms ill-advisedly. What are you trying to say? You fucking racist old dickhead? You fucking racist vampire son of a bitch? You fucking Dracula man? Let me explain in terms that even the student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. That doesn't look anything like McGilded. McGilded wears a purple suit. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to the fact. It's the very premise on which this case is built.
Objection!
But that premise may be wrong. What? If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way. What inconsistency, Counsel? The defendant's gloves, my lord. But both witnesses made the same testimony. They claimed that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim.
Objection!
And yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the ghouly remains.
Objection!
The point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance. Yes, their testimony remains unchanged. Exactly. They both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of events is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. Oh. Dinkum. It was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night, a third party we've yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on that passenger's hands. Both of them.
Objection!
And who was this third party? Obviously, the true culprit. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. Order, order, order!
What exactly are you postulating?
Objection!
The defense's postulation is just that. Nothing more than conjecture. The witnesses have clearly stated that they saw the accused.
Objection!
But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Verbley said, "Big yawn." The two of them were wearing hats and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. Well, to be honest, okay, very good Mr. Fairplay impression. Yes. Tops of their heads were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them, though. Yes, that's right. Both gents were most certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice such things, sir. And what particular styles of hat did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. First? I'm just an apprentice. I don't know about the names of hats yet. Yep. I'm afraid I don't remember. You call yourself a hatter? Madness. The style of hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in that cabin. How can you be so wrong? Because if they had been the accused, Mr. McGilded would undoubtedly have offered to depose the fact. Unless, that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation. But the accused failed even to notice the presence of the true culprit in the very cabin in which he traveled. Oh! Yes, he was sleeping. He's a sleepy man. He's right. If there was another person travelling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus, it's inconceivable that Mr. McGilded would have been unaware of it. Ora! There is clearly a simple solution to this problem. Bring the accused, Mr. McGilded, to the stand. I'm not doing a great job with this Dracula voice. I'm gonna keep doing it. But be less confident about it. Well, what say you, counsel? The prosecution objects, my lord. Blood. As a suspect, he will have already made a full statement to the police. But what if there's some reason why he's unable to speak freely? Magnus McGilded is no uneducated ruffian. Oh. If it indeed turns out the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it will have been a most deliberate act. Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion? My lord, should we ask for Mr. Gilded to testify or not? Yes, he needs to tell everybody how EP he is. Yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilded to the stand. In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury. Oh, yes. I need a little time to consider this. If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGilded has to say. Get the man out here, I say. It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony. When something needs doing, get it done. That's how I run things at the guild. Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say? Oh, yes, that would be lovely. Yes, the jury says the man must be heard. Very well. The court will hear the defendant's testimony. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once. Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear. This is going to be a pause in the case. Nope, still going. Let proceedings be resumed. But, actually, let proceedings be paused. I'm going to call it there. A cool 3 hours. It's 10:40. I gotta go to bed. I gotta work tomorrow. This case shall resolve, shall come to a head. The truth shall be found next Wednesday.
here on Literis69 twitch.tv/glitch. Thank you very much for watching. Fire fan, thank you very much for being in chat. Oops. Lass, have good sleepy bye-byes. Oyasumi nasai. Good night, everybody. Yes, that was let's save that. That'll be it. Alright, I don't think Bubble has put out a schedule yet. Do you know what Bubble's doing? Check the schedule. Nope. Alright, we have no idea what Bubble's doing. I know she's not on tomorrow, because she's got a fun little... Yeah, she's got a little party. She's gonna party hardy. And then, it'll be Friday. And maybe she'll stream. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Myself will be back again next Wednesday. I've kind of been thinking maybe I might play something else. Maybe I'll play a little Rogue Trader on my own. Play a little bit of Bolt Gun, maybe? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see what happens. On the weekend, perhaps. Not this night. Good night. Fare thee well. Thanks for watching. See you next time.